And he walks with me and he talks with me. He tells me I'm his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there. None of it's ever known. Well, I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. With me, and he talks with me. He tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Speaks, and the sound of his voice, oh, it's so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and this melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. Me and he talks with me. He tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with him, though the night around me is falling, and he bids me go through a voice of woe. His voice to me is calling. With me and he talks with me. He tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. My name is Robert Rippeth Jr. I was born in Bluefield, West Virginia. I was raised my whole life in Bartlett, West Virginia, McDowell County. I was raised by my mom and dad, Robert Rippeth Sr. and Rose Atwell Rippeth. My dad was a minister. My parents sang and traveled uh, quite a bit locally when I was a kid. I was always in church. I was always exposed to church and to the Word of God. And, I don't know how, other than plays here and there, I don't really know how involved I ever really was in church that, and maybe drawing pictures from different biblical scenes and things like that. But I was raised in a really amazing home, a lot of music, and a lot of Jesus. Around the time I was 16, my dad started getting kind of sick. Turned 17 in October. By the time Christmas hit, he was getting to the point where he was bleeding a lot, and they couldn't figure out why he was bleeding the way that he was. He was diagnosed with cirrhosis that year, and on January 23rd, 2004, in the early hours of the morning, my dad passed away at 61 years old. I didn't understand. My dad had been a minister and had always, uh, preached the gospel, the good news, and the resurrection and the healing power of Jesus. And here I was at 17 without a dad. After that, my mom got remarried shortly after, and before too long, I had experimented some with alcohol and with marijuana when I was younger. Um, when I was 20, I think it was. Yeah. Um, on MySpace, I met a girl named Andrea Massey, who less than 2 months later would be my wife. We were married, and I didn't know, but she had been through some things. She had she'd been exposed to narcotics at an early age, and we both kind of came into marriage with our separate sort of vices. But after a while, we found out from each other that we both we really enjoyed doing these things together. And in 2007, the year that we got married, later that year in October, my mother-in-law died of a drug overdose. Um, it was eye-opening to the finality and how real that problem was. Um, but we just kind of pushed further and figured, that could never happen to us. And our son was born in 2009. Um, and probably within a couple years span there, I kind of had my first, I guess you would say, overdose of sorts. I had a really bad seizure. It was after a car accident. I did have some head injuries, but I had a seizure. Because some of the medicines they'd given me, I'd taken way too much of, and I had a seizure getting ready to pull out the driveway with my newborn and my wife in the back seat. I've always known that there was a spiritual world. I've always felt there was deeper as an artist, as a musician. Um, I've always known that there has to be more. There can't be a creation without a creator. I just didn't know him that well. I knew the version I heard in church, and I heard the stories about the God that basically was ready to send me to hell if I sneezed out of place, or if I did one thing wrong after telling him that I wanted to come into my heart, that was it. Uh, and I figured, well, nobody can live that way. So if I'm going to be bad, I'll be as good at being bad as I can. Our first daughter was born. Some really bad things happened around the first few months of her life, and then within a couple of years of her being born, we were completely addicted. Uh, Opianas, OxyContin, Lortab, you name it, Percocet, Vicodin, um, and one of the big things, not counting the nerve medicine, not counting the liquor, not counting the pot, not counting speed, Ritalin, Adderall, whatever. We got to a point, ecstasy. We got to a point where we found out that we could get clean. By there was a drug that was offering it that would help you get clean, and we just found that abusing that gave you a lot more of a high, and it lasted a lot longer. Um, Realizing I'd come to a place in my life where things were exactly right around the end of 2011, going into 2012, our landlord at the time got us to go to church, and we went to a couple different churches. And I didn't stop doing anything that I was doing. No one really tried to disciple me. It was get up and just do what we do and agree with what we agree with. And some of the people that were in, those churches were taking a lot of the same medication that I was. By the time 2013 hit, my wife and I had already started having severe problems. My addiction had gone way out of control. Hers had too. We were both doing things outside of our marriage. Things were as bad as they could get, and then it just kind of popped. And we went into 2013 becoming homeless. It started, from there without our children. That was kind of the last thing that it kind of held us tight. We ended up homeless, and we started a stretch of quite a few years of being homeless. To the point, at one point, we had to sleep in a bathroom, a public restroom, in the middle of winter, in the winter of 2014. We huddled together in the girls' bathroom at the park in Oceana, and that's where we slept. The cop would run us out in the morning, and we'd sneak back down. This is the restroom at the park here in Oceana that Andrea and I, anybody that's heard our testimony or that knows us, knows that we spent a week or so in here a few winters ago. That's where we were. The crazy thing now is looking back and seeing that we didn't die. And despite all the boozy, arguments of, physical altercations we had with each other and those horrible moments, that Jesus was right there during all of it. The Bible says that, Paul makes a statement asking it, do you despise the long suffering of God? It's His kindness that draws to repentance. And in the kindness of us, in the mercy of us not dying, He was right there. He was cuddled up, right with us, laying in the floor. He was with us the times we walked the streets. We didn't have any place to sleep. We slept on the porch of an apartment complex because somebody said they were going to let us sleep there, and they didn't show up because nobody wanted us around. We're always fighting, and I would get crazy and pull knives at them, but Jesus sat there the whole time. I firmly believe that. And even in those moments, He'd give us the rest of, as crazy as it was, there was always something that kept us going. Won't you sing over me? You say you count all our tears, and that's a lot, I bet. As you walk away I took away my wife, my life, my home. And when I'm not sure I can take much more before it takes me, you pull me out of the pit again. You give me water to drink. You say that I'll never thirst again, and you'll never leave. So just sing over me. You say you count all our tears, and that's a lot, I bet.
So just sing over me. You say you count all our tears, and that's a lot, I bet. As you walk with me, I'm reminded in moments like these that you're all that I need. And right now you are all I have left. As this road ahead looks hard, you are my wreck. Oh, and 9 pounds he entered this world as a baby. 9 pounds of remains returned. Lord, honor your promise to be with the broken as a mother cries, clutching his earth. So just sing over me. You say you count all our tears, and that's a lot, I bet. As you walk with me, I'm reminded in moments like these that you're all that I need. And right now, you're all I have left. So just sing over me. You say you count all our tears, but that's a lot, I bet. As you walk with me, reminded in moments like these that you're all that I need. And right now, you're all I have left. Though the road ahead looks hard.
We split up a bunch of times. We get in horrible fights. We had another baby in 2015, and by the beginning of 2016, things were so out of hand. We went to church again. We really didn't know Jesus so much as we knew how to play the game. And after a really bad altercation, my wife went to stay with her family, and we decided, this isn't going to work out. There's a lot going on. Should have killed each other. I sat down with a prescription of nerve medication and a bottle of vodka, 100 proof vodka. And I said, this is it. This is it. And the next morning, what should have definitely killed me from all the drugs and everything passed, and from not eating and all that stuff. But I woke up. And I went to the mental hospital. I was like, I can't even die right, Not realizing that God, that Jesus was still not only holding on so strong, but he was pulling me in. And when it was time to leave, I didn't have anywhere to go. I never would leave once I left there. And I remembered an amazing lady that I'd known. I played music with her brother, and she had been running a sober living home for men. And I asked her, I didn't know where I was going. I said, can I maybe come there and crash? She's like, I don't know. And she's even told me since then, she's like, I don't know. I was thinking about this, like, it might be kind of rough. He's can be kind of a rough guy. She said, something just told her to let me come, and I planned on staying a little while and then leaving. My first night out of there, they got me a guitar, and got it strung up for me. It was a guitar they had laying around, but we got some strings and some picks, and they were getting ready to open the chapel, and she said, here, you're my worship leader now, you're not going anywhere. That evening, a bunch of guys that had in the past struggled with addiction and alcohol, and some of them still were, most of them, if not all of them, maybe felons, prayed for me. I said, guys, I need prayer. I'll think up to my family, like, what's going on, my mind's a wreck. And I felt the Spirit of the Lord strong, the wind blow, just from my feet all the way to the top of my head. And I knelt down on my altar of true repentance, my altar of giving it all, saying, you know, if I never get my family back, I'm with you. You brought me this far, and I should be dead. And I just cried and talked to the Lord for what seemed like days. I don't know how long it was, but it seemed like an hour. It may have been 10 minutes. I got baptized 2 days later. I started getting in the Word. I started allowing myself to be discipled. I started really getting to know Jesus and worshiping, and you know, He says He inhabits the praise of His people, and starting to learn those things. That it was the God in me. It was the Christ in me, the hope of glory, and that the life that He wanted me to live was nothing like I had lived. Within a period of time, my family, my wife was back with me. We had our first apartment that we'd had of our own in 3 or 4 years. God completely healed me of seizures. I had seizures after that first one. I started having like crazy. They were like, "You'll probably have them forever." Totally healed me of that. No antidepressants, no pain medication. And God has begun to just use us to go into those same places. 1 Peter 2:9 has kind of become our thing, you know. The peculiar priesthood in the King James, you know, it refers to us as a peculiar people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. And that word peculiar means not strange, although some people probably think we are strange, but it means belonging to God. And when my identity is found in who I am as His beloved, belonging to Him. I'm not acting like sometimes it doesn't get a little rough, but I know in whom I believe. I know whose report I believe, as Isaiah says. I know that the Messiah has come and has done all that He said He would do, that has fulfilled and will continue to fulfill through me until His return. It's my job now to go out, because the fields, I believe, are very wide.
Your taste is sweet, your hands so gentle, and I know those hands created all that we see, and you placed each planet into your painted sky, and up from the clay you molded me. Yeah. Oh, but sometimes I forget, and you remind me that you never left, and you call me holy because of your righteousness, and you saw me worthy enough for you to shed your blood, and you say I'm redeemed, and you say I'm wonderful, and you gave me authority to hush the sea and calm the storm. Oh, but most of all, you call me